Hello Catch fans of all kinds, I'm back with another video. Recently on my Instagram I did a poll of which Ultraman figure I should review next, the Ultra Monster series Zetton or the Ultra Monster Ultra Hero series Ultraman G Magnificent. It was a tie. So I'll have to review both. But the first figure I'm going to review is the Ultra Monster series Zetton, because he was first on the option. Actually, at one point he was winning, but G Magnificent kind of caught up. But before we get to the figure, we are going to review the tag. Or look at the tag, not really review the tag, but standard Ultramon series tag with the pink kind of theme to it. We got Ultramon series here, and picture of Zetton from, this is like the original Zetton. Got 03, I think that means it's the third figure in the series. I'm not really sure, but I guess it makes sense. That's probably some stats or whatever. Super Act, Bandai, stuff I can't read. And like all movement series tags, there's nothing on the inside, so don't need to bother looking at it. And just a bunch of legal stuff. Pretty cool. But now to get to the figure, pretty good. I like Zetton. He's one of my favorite Ultra Monsters ever, and he's probably my favorite of all the original show's monsters, except for maybe Bemular. But for detail, this is one of the older Ultra Monster series figures, and I think the older ones are a lot better than newer ones, especially when it comes to, for the majority of paint job wise. Like, detail on the newer ones is still fine, but detail is pretty standard for these little, like, these aren't 6-inch figures, these are about, I guess 4-inch for the most part. They're pretty small, but it makes sense because they, you know, they're pretty much, they aren't just the figure of the monster, they're sort of the gimmick that Ginga had with the Spark Dolls, where these are what they actually use in the show. And Zetton Spark Doll didn't appear till X, but it doesn't have the thing where you can read it on the X divisor. Again, I don't know if this is like a reissue or something where it doesn't have that. Maybe it was released a long time ago with that, but I'm rambling. I don't know. But all I'm saying is that this one doesn't have it. But for detail, it's actually pretty good. Got the yellow thing on Zetton's face. Looks great. His, what I used to say were eyes, but I don't think they're really eyes. He shoots red lasers out of them, so maybe they are. I don't know. But we got his little antenna thing. I can't recall if it's supposed to have this thing in the middle. I think it was supposed to be like... Well, actually, no, I'm pretty sure it was. Then we got, all the way down here, we got a lot of the creases. Got this little patterning here, right on the neck. His two big yellow things, or orange. They kind of look orange on the figure, but I'm pretty sure they're yellow on the show. Got his nice detail going up the arm onto his little hand, which is fingerless, except for his thumb. Got the shoulder blade padding here. Here it's just black. On his back here, he's like a beetle. He's got, well, they're not wings. When I was younger, I used to think they were wings, but they're not. We got a bunch of little bumps all the way down this, and then we got his little tail. Arms and legs have the same detailing, pretty much black, and then goes to this white or light gray. I guess just ridges. Is that even a word? What the hell am I saying? But then we get to his little feet, which have these weird little hole things in them. So detail for this little Spark Doll is pretty good, actually, because like I said, I think the older ones were kind of a lot better than the newer, or a lot of the newer ones. But for paint job, this is where I'm going to have fun talking about, when I review more Spark Dolls, this is where I'm going to have some fun talking about the paint job. But actually on this guy, the paint job is pretty good. Like with Zetton, there's not too much to him when it comes to paint. He's mostly black. But for his little ear antenna things, they're silver, so that looks fine. Yellow on his little mouth. I think I actually used to think when I was young too, I used to think this was a mouth or something, but yellow on his little gem here, or at least Maga Zetton was a gem. I don't know what to call that. On his chest, yellow, orange, all black for pretty much the majority of the head, all the way down the body, onto his legs, crotch area, and on his back, pretty much all black. And then for his arms and legs, we got the white, or light gray, whatever you want to call it. And his feet are as well black. So paint job on this guy's fine. I'm going to have a lot of fun talking about, actually, the next figure, G Magnificent. I'll have a lot of fun talking about his paint job, because that's one of the things kind of controversial about, well, not controversial, but a lot of people complain about the paint job on these Spark Dolls, but I defend it because if you buy these new, they're, like, for example, for Halloween this year, they're $4. It's like, what were you expecting for paint job? Like, even the DX figures have kind of paint. Well, I mean, obviously the paint on them is better, but you get what I mean. For articulation, only 2 points. His arms rotate full 360. So that's about it. Yeah, that's about it. No head articulation, legs, nothing. So that's fine. For size comparison, first we have him compared next to the Bandai Purple Tag Hedorah and the little Gashapon Alien Babalo, because when I ordered him, it actually came as like a little free gift or whatever. So sure, why not? My only Gashapon figure, so that's cool. Here we have him compared next to the Ultramon Series Hyper Zetton Death Scythe from Ultraman Orb and the DX, the Ultra Monster DX series Zapandon from Ultraman Orb. All we need now is an original Pandon Spark Doll, so we could have it like put him there and then put Pandon here. That would be kind of cool because Pandon and Zetton make Zapandon. And for a final comparison, here we have him compared next to the Ultra Hero Series Ultraman and the Ultramon Series Bemular. So it's kind of cool to have these three because we have Ultraman, the first monster from Ultraman, and the last monster from Ultraman. And of course, this is the original 66 Ultraman, that's what I'm talking about here. Anyways, I'd say this is a great little figure. I actually kind of like this one more than the DX, or at least this, like the way he looks. Because there is a, well, it's not DX, I think it's called like the EX. It's an older figure. It's like a 6-inch Zetton. It's pretty much just like a Bandai. But that one looks kind of like saggy or whatever. I don't know. I kind of like the look of the Spark Doll a little bit more. But that's subjective. I can understand, obviously, why a lot of people like the 6-inch one more because it's bigger, blah, blah, blah. But if you like Zetton, pick this figure up. I mean, if these on, I got them on Amazon for like $10 or something. I know I said they were $4, but people from Amazon don't know that. They just sell Spark Dolls for like $10, you know, sometimes even higher than that. It's kind of ridiculous. But hope you guys enjoyed this review, and I'll see you in the next one.